So this is just another example, a little picture how small the Earth is.
那么这是太阳系的这个行星的这个图，它是按照这个实际的这个比例的尺寸显示的。地球是非常小的。
And the moon is even smaller than that.
那么月亮呢，比这个更小。
But from the Earth, the moon is close and it's big.
那么，但是从地球上看的话呢，月球离地球比较近，所以月亮是比较大的。
But each one, you get a sense of size. Mercury, Mars, Pluto, Venus, Earth. So Earth looks really big to these planets.
那么这是它们实际的比例的这个大小，大家感受一下每个行星的感觉。中间的上面的中间是水星，左边是火星，右边是冥王星，然后上面左边是地球，右边是金星。
So the Earth is kind of like your body or your ego.
那么，地球呢，就好像是我们的身体，我们的 ego 自我。
It seems big, it's just small.
它看上去很大，但实际上是小的。
So again, just the idea of the different layers, the tubes. You have the signs in the heavens, you have the houses on the earth, you have the planets and the gods in between.
那么这其实就是老师他的这个星盘。那么它代表的就是这个地上呢就是宫位，地球决定了宫位。那么上面的天空中呢有这个我们的神，也就是行星，然后星座，然后呢行星呢就是在地球和天空之间的。
And even though they're all different sizes, they have a presence.
虽然所有的行星体积不同，但是它们都是存在。
If one isn't working right, or you have a problem with one, it can affect your whole life.
如果一颗行星的功能运转不正常，或者它运转是有问题的，那么它会影响你所有的人生。
If you cut your finger and somebody's talking to you, you're thinking about your finger.
如果你割伤了你的手，如果你和别人在对话的话，其实你只会想到你的手割伤了这个事实。
So most of us live in one planet at a time. Our consciousness is at one planet here, then we go to this live. We're thinking, we're feeling, we're choosing, we're doing things we do. Our mind goes from one to another.
很多时候我们只是就是我们的意识只是就是觉知在一颗行星上。比如说，我们有的时候在思考，有的时候是在感受，有的时候在选择，所以我们的思维是这样运作的。
It's a type of yoga to be able to be two planets at the same time, to be able to be three or all your planets at the same time.
那么，如果活出所有的行星的话，就好像是在做瑜伽一样。
So you can have your feelings, you can be thinking. You can have your emotions and values. You can be acting, be understanding. You can be responsible and still be aware all at the same time.
所以你可以有感知，你可以有选择，你也可以有思想，你可以有行动，然后你也会负责任，你对所有的事物有理解，这些都是在同时进行的，这些都是有觉知的，同时的在进行的。
So even though astrology is very mental and we're thinking all the time, the puzzle is use your mind and so you can let go of it.
那么虽然说占星学是非常思维的，非常心智的，但是占星学的秘密就是需要让你去思考，然后呢去把它放空。
There's an old Chinese saying from the I Ching: "Words are the trails to images." Words are the trails, the roads, the pathways to images.
易经，中国的易经有一句古老的话，他说，语言是走向这个图像的，走向这个画面的道路。
So when you read, when you talk, you follow the words.
所以当我们去沟通的时候，当我们读的时候，我们是跟随着这个单词的。
As you follow the words, you collect the images and pictures.
当你跟着每一个单词去理解的话，你就会有一些画面，会有一些图像。
Once you have the pictures, you don't need the words.
当我们有了这些图像和画面的时候，我们就不需要单词，不需要词汇了。
And once you gather all the pictures together, you get the meaning.
当我们收集了所有的这些画面和图像的时候，我们就有了这些，我们就理解了这些意义。
Once you have the meaning, you don't need the pictures.
当我们理解了意义的时候，我们就不需要这些画面了。
So we use the horoscope, we look at it, we think about it, and we see the images. Once you understand what's happening, you don't need to look at the chart.
所以当我们解读星盘的时候也是这样，我们看着星盘，然后我们看这些符号，然后我们有了这些画面，我们理解了这个意义。当我们理解了这个意义的时候，我们就不需要星盘了。
If you have difficult feelings, and someone looks at your chart, they don't start talking about your feelings. It's not going to count.
如果你有一个你的情绪非常受伤，那么如果某一个人他看了星盘，但他并不谈论你的情绪的时候，那么这个是无效的。
So just each of the planets actually we talked about the five elements being the planets. Well, the 5 planets are also the 5 yogas in India.
那我们之前谈过说，5个元素代表了这个5个行星，实际上这5个元素也是代表了这个印度的5种瑜伽。
The water planet, Mercury, is the yoga of the mind.
水星就是心智的瑜伽。
How to still the mind and be one in the middle of all the thoughts.
那么，如何让我们的心智平静，让我们在所有的心境中，就是获得这样平静的合一的状态？
That's the Raja Yoga.
这叫 Raja 瑜伽。
Venus is the metal planet. It's the planet of gold, beauty, have things. It's the yoga of bhakti yoga. Give up what you have just to find love.
那么金星呢，就是所谓的拥有，所谓的价值，所谓的爱。那么金星在这个印度瑜伽里面代表
Give up the things you have to find love.
那么它的意思呢，就是说，把你所喜欢的事情给予出去，然后获得爱。
So if you just get things, this is beautiful, I got this, it's not love.
如果你只是喜欢，或者是把这个事情说，哎，这个是我喜欢的，所以我要去把握它，我要掌握它。但是这个并不是爱。
So then you have hatha yoga, the physical yoga, like Tai Chi, you're moving, and that's Mars. How to use fireball, fire planet.
那么印度也有 Hatha Yoga， 那么这个瑜伽呢，它其实是行动性的，就好像是武术的类似有肢体的运动。那么它是代表火星的。
And the wood planet, Jupiter, is it's called Jnana Yoga, the yoga of wisdom, of philosophy.
那么木星呢有一个瑜伽，印度有个瑜伽叫做Jnana Yoga。那么这个瑜伽呢，它是代表说智慧的。
And the Earth ball Saturn becomes Karma Yoga, hard work, effort. You've got to do the work, and then you get the reward.
那么土星呢，就是 Karma Yoga， 就是卡玛瑜伽。那么也就是说，你需要辛勤的工作，你需要去负担起责任。那么只有这样做呢，你才能得到社会的承认和认可。
So astrology was the original language. I Ching, then astrology with the original language.
那么易经呢和占星学呢是人类最早源的这个语言。
Then it became different cultural languages. India, China, different places have their own languages.
那么接下来呢，才会世界上产生不同的文化的语言，比如说印度啊、中国啊等等。
Then different beliefs, different religions came from those languages, putting certain beliefs.
那么然后呢，不同的地方呢，把他们不同的信仰和信念结合起来，产生了不同的这个文化、不同的宗教信仰。
And now we have a whole mix of everything, and it's so confusing. Nobody knows what it was.
那么现在呢，大家有这种大杂烩式的信仰、大杂烩式的这个语言系统，所以大家都不知道应该相信什么了。
So a horoscope is like salad dressing.
那么占星呢，星座呢，就好像是说是那个色拉上的那个色拉酱。
So when you have salad dressing, it's got different oils, got vinegar, got different layers. We shake it up.
那么
Put it on salad.
那么色拉酱呢，其实大家调油的时候就会知道，色拉酱有不同的层，好像有油啊，有一些这个调味。那么当我们使用色拉酱的时候呢，我们需要把它摇匀。
When you shake it up, that's like your horoscope.
那么当我们摇匀的时候，就好像这就是我们的那个星盘一样。
But when you're the astrologer looking at it, you see the layers. This much vinegar, this much oil. This way you see the layers.
那么，但是作为我们占星师的话呢，我们需要知道这个色拉酱是由哪几层组成的，比如说是哪些是油，哪些是醋，哪些是酱等等。
So when you work with a chart, Don't worry about shaking up. It'll get shaken up easy enough. Just look at each layer, see what's there.
所以，当我们看星盘的时候，不要担心是说它是一个混合的东西，而是说我们要去静下心来，去看到那一层一层的，就是它这个色拉炕到底是由哪几层组成的。
The only difference is if you don't like sesame oil, that might be one planet and you still have it.
那么所区别的就是，如果你不喜欢某一款色拉酱的话，比如说你不喜欢千岛酱的话，那么可能是因为你不喜欢某一颗行星，但是那个行星还是存在的。
So today we're just going to start with the moon, and like we got yesterday, the moon is your memory.
那么今天我们会从月球开始讲。那么月亮呢，就是我们的记忆。
First memory, you remember your mother.
那么我们的第一个记忆呢，就是我们和母亲的记忆。
You know her from the inside, then you remember her from the outside.
那么我们从在母体中之内呢，了解母亲，感知母亲，然后呢，在母体之外呢，我们建立和母亲的这个记忆和连接。
The memory is not always good.
那么回忆和记忆呢，并不永远都是好的。
But it's what you know as safe, as home. This is where I come from.
那么，但是这些记忆呢，就代表说我从哪里来，我的安全感是什么，我是谁。
So when we get older, the memory is a sympathy link. If you meet someone, you could meet someone at work for years. You don't know them. You try and eat with them. You go home. You share a fridge. You run into their room.
那么我们可能会说，比如说我们遇见一个人，在工作上遇见一个人，但是可能我们并不理解这个人。但是如果我们和他吃饭，我们到他家去，我们跟他去享受一个晚餐，我们看到他们家冰箱里面装着什么东西，那么如果有这样的接触的话，我们就会和他的月亮相遇。
So the moon is your basic habits, your basic needs.
那么月亮呢，就是代表你基本的这些习惯，你基本的需求。
I need to have a coffee in the morning. I need to go to sleep at night. I need to sleep on my side. I need the window open. I need the window closed. So many different things that we need.
那么就好像说，我需要早上喝一杯咖啡，我需要开着窗睡觉，我需要关着灯睡觉，我需要怎么样，就好像每个人都有不同的需求一样。
So your boss usually doesn't care what you need.
你的老板通常他不会在意你需要的是什么。
But when you're at home, you care what you need.
但是当你在家的时候，当你回家的时候，你在乎自己需要的是什么。
The problem comes when you live with someone, they can't always give you everything you need.
那么问题就来了，当我们和某一个人生活在一起的时候，对方他不一定完全的在意你需要的是什么。
So then if they can't, you might have to get it yourself.
如果他们不在意，他不能满足你需求的话，你就要自己去满足自己的这些需求。
It would be nice to think if you have a baby, you're going to be a mother, it would be nice to think he's going to be there and take care of everything.
那么如果你有了小孩的话，或者是你在养育一个婴儿，你可能会期待对方他永远在你身边，能够帮助你。
Usually, he wants all the attention. I need the attention. I need to be the big baby. I don't have time for this baby. And you mean I have to do this all myself?
通常你的另一半的表现是说，哎呀，我也是需要关注，我也需要你照料的，我不想照顾这个小孩，然后你就会觉得说，哎呀，我怎么那么辛苦，全都要我一个人照顾呢？
He can't see it, and then you got 2 babies.
他可能并不能看到你的需求，于是你就拥有了2个小孩，你要照顾2个小孩。
Because you're the mother, you have to give it to everybody.
因为你是母亲，你需要去把你的母爱给到所有的人。
It's not fair.
这并不公平。
But something special comes out of this.
但是在这之间也有一些非常特殊的东西。
You can be a mother. There's nothing in the world you can't do.
如果你可以做一个母亲的话，这个世界上你没有任何事你是不能做的。
There's nothing more complicated, more demanding, more tiring, more gross, more like 90% grossness, 10% glory.
那么母亲呢，就是90%的这个粗重或苦力，那么10%的这个光彩的时刻，也就是说，它是一个非常累人、非常折磨人、非常痛苦的一个职业。
If you're lucky. And then they grow up and they leave if you're lucky.
如果你幸运的话，他们长大了，然后他们就会离开你，你太幸运了。
Some grow up and they don't leave.
有一些人长大了，但他们不离开家。
So this is puzzle. What do we need? What do we need to do? So being mother isn't who the individual is.
那么这就好像是一个谜，每个人需要的是什么？他自己内在最重要的需求是什么？那么作为一个母亲，并不是每个人的需求。
The individual is the horoscope is the map of your individual, your own who you are. It's not about sex, it's about your individuality.
那么星盘呢，就是这么独特的去把每一个人特殊的这一面展现出来。你是一个特殊的个体，你是值得特殊对待的。
Mother is something that happens, oops, and then there's 20 years. You have to put 20 years in to take care of it. If you take care of it, it works out better. If you don't, you got problems.
那么就好像说母亲照顾小孩一样，那么如果母亲能很好的照顾你，那非常棒。但是如果母亲不能很好的照顾你的话，那么你可能就会出现问题。
This is all the moon. It's about your habits, your link when you get close to someone, how you eat, how you sleep, just all your simple little habits, your basic needs.
那么月亮就是代表这些非常小的，但是也非常重要的习惯和需求，这是你每天最基本的、最重要的需求。也就是说，你的一些习惯，你喜欢干什么，你喜欢吃什么，你喜欢和谁在一起，或者是说你和某人是否能够亲近，这就是月亮带来的面相。
So you don't really know someone when they're getting what they need and they're happy. You know someone when they don't get what they need.
那么我们平时的时候一般是不能够了解一个人的，但是当我们知道这个人不需要什么的时候，不要什么的时候，我们就会认识他，开始真正的认识他。
In relationships, if you meet a woman or man, if you meet a man who hates his mother,
如果在关系中你遇到一个男人，他恨他的母亲，
would you marry him?
你会嫁给他吗？
Okay. Or if his mother doesn't like you,
那么如果他的母亲不喜欢你的话，
this is still the moon.
这也是月亮。
Or if a woman hates her father,
如果一个女性她恨她的父亲的话，
and the guy's going to walk there,
那么你想象会是什么情况？
this is eternal. This is everywhere in the world. It's everybody. It's not just China. It's everybody.
那么这是世界上所有的这个地方都会发生的现象，这并不是只有在中国会产生的现象，这是全世界普遍的现象。
We get here, we don't know what we're doing. We're just trying to go. We're trying to eat. We're trying to get this, trying to that. Who knows how come we got this mother or that mother?
那么我们就是这样来到这个世界上的，然后我们就是被抚育长大的，我们不知道我们怎么会拥有这样的父亲和母亲。
In the old Buddhist ways, when someone dies, they would meditate and they would say a chant and prayer so that when you're reborn, you don't get a bad mother.
那么就是在那个佛教的传承中，好像是说，如果我们能够冥想，如果我们能够修行的话，那么下一世我们就不会获得一个不好的父母。
I just think we get what we got.
我只是认为说，我们就是会获得我们所该获得的。
Even if your mother is struggling or has difficulty, you may not get the attention. It's still your mother.
即使我们的母亲她自己是非常痛苦、非常纠结的，我们得不到母亲的这一份爱，但是她还是我们的母亲。
You never get that close to anyone else until you have your own kid.
那么你可能会有这样的母亲以后，你可能会很难去和人真正的亲近出，直到你拥有自己的小孩以后。
Which a man can't do.
那么这是一个男人不能做的。
So these are some simple differences. It's not a big thing, but it can be a big thing. So your basic needs, I need this, I need this. This is the function of the moon.
那么你基本的需求，最根本的需求，这就是月亮的功能。它看上去非常小，好像不起眼，但它的这个作用是非常大的。
As soon as we don't get what we need, we remember last time we didn't get this.
那么一旦我们没有办法不能得到某样东西的时候，我们的潜意识就会记起我们第一次不能得到这个需求的时刻，就是母亲照料我们的时刻。
So depending on the sign it's in, some people, they don't remember, who cares? They remember bad thing, let it go, who cares? I don't care. No big deal.
那么这个就是取决于月亮落入的这个星座。那么有一些人他不介意这个过去，他对历史一点都不在乎。
But some people, they remember everything. The minute they get upset, they remember the last 20 years when you didn't get them a dinner.
有一些人他记住任何事情，那么就是如果他一旦不开心的话，他会记住20年前你没有给他做那顿饭。
So that could be men or women. I call that high maintenance.
那么这个就是男人和女人都是会这样的，老是把他叫做一个非常难搞的人。
So, who you let close to you, how you get close to someone, how you are when you're close. This is your room. Just simple stuff.
那么你会和谁亲近？你会和谁走进你的生活？你会建立什么样的关系？这就是你的月亮。
So, memories, everything before this minute is imagination, just memory. It's not real.
记忆呢，就是在此刻的之前的所有的时刻，它好像就是那一个想象或者是不存在的那些像历史一样的东西。
So, how much of our life is memory?
那么我们生命有多少是记忆呢？
Are you living for your memories, or are you moving towards your sun?
那么我们是活在记忆中呢，活在过去呢，还是朝向我们的这个太阳生活的呢？
If you live for your memories, if you're lucky, you might feel secure.
如果我们活在记忆中的话，如果你幸运的话，可能你是安全的，
But you may not have confidence.
但是结果也就是你可能不会有自信。
So each planet's a living nature. It's a living piece of us.
那么每一个行星呢，就是活生生的自然，活生生的这个自然的能量，它是我们内在的一部分。
It's hard to measure the edge of this, the edge of, where's the end of the moon? Where's the edge of feelings? What's too much? What's too little?
很难衡量每一个行星的边界，就好像说你情感、你情绪的边界在哪里呢？这是非常难衡量的。
So if someone feels some moons, some people have a moon where they feel insecure and they need something huge, and they're secure, they're fat.
那么有一些人他就是非常的不安全感，没有安全感，所以他就不停的去，就是他们的月亮没有安全感，所以他不停的吃啊吃啊吃，直到他们的身体尺寸非常大，这个时候他们安全了，他们也很胖。
In some countries like Africa, being fat means you're rich.
那么在某一些国家的话，就像非洲，你如果是胖的话，身材肥壮的话，代表你是非常富有的。
And for some men, that's a very popular thing.
那么在某
For some men, it's very popular if a woman's fat.
那么如果对于某一些男人来说，就是女人那个肥胖好像是也蛮有吸引力的。
So, but there's a balance. What's normal? What's healthy? There's a balance.
但是呢，就是这需要有一个平衡，就是什么是正常的，什么是健康的。
So your daily habits, how much you sleep, when you get up, how regular you eat, how natural pattern you have, that's your moon.
你的日常的这些习惯，比如说你睡得怎么样，你的睡眠的习惯，你的饮食的习惯，你的日常的这个安排，这些都是和月亮有关的。
It's kind of like washing dishes. Either you're ahead of the game and you cook something and you wash right away and it's done. Well,
就好像说，举个例子来说，就好像是洗盘子一样，你是吃好饭马上就把盘子洗干净呢，
or you cook, then you sit down, you eat, and the dishes sit there. You go, oh, geez, I gotta go do the dishes after.
好像就是说，还是你是吃好饭，然后呢，你就先休息一下，然后再说，哎呀，我太累了，就先休息一下，然后慢慢再洗盘子吧。然后说，哎呀，太累了，我不干了，就放那儿了。
Or if you don't even do the dishes, you let them sit there one day, one week, 1 month goes by, and you see this pot. I don't even want to look at it. You throw out the pot, you buy a new one. You don't want to wash it.
或者是说日积月累，你把那些脏盘都放在那儿，然后就不洗，然后可能过了很久以后，这些盘子堆积如山了，你想，哎呀，太脏了，我就把它扔掉，再买一套新的吧。
So not everybody wants to do it right away.
并不是所有人都想立即去干的，必须去做的，
To do what's needed.
去做他需要做的事情。
But when you don't, there's a cost.
但是如果你不这么做的话呢，它会有一些结果，它会有一些这个影响。
If you have to have 6 cups of coffee to get through the day, you're not going to live long.
那么如果你必须要喝6杯咖啡，然后让你能够坚持度过每一天的话呢，可能你的寿命就不会那么长了。
If you bring bad habits like you're smoking or you're drinking, it takes your life away too.
那么如果你拥有一些坏习惯，比如说抽烟这些坏习惯的话，可能你的这个寿命会受到影响。
It's very difficult to care for someone who doesn't care for themselves.
那么如果我们去在意那些他们并不在意自己的人的话，其实是非常困难的。
Whether that's a husband or a wife or a kid, anybody.
不管他是丈夫、妻子还是小孩，任何人都是这样。
I get married, what's going to happen? Like, I'm 30, I don't have someone, I gotta get a boy.
我需要男人，我需要一个男朋友，我已经30岁了，我年纪大了，我就是需要结婚，我就需要有个家。
The voice is real, the need is real, but it's not a good voice to listen to.
那么这个声音是真实的，这个声音也是经常会发生的，但是这个并不是一个非常好的声音。
When you're living well, comfortable, healthy, you attract comfortable, healthy people.
当我们生活的好的话，健康的话，当我们快乐的话，那么我们就会吸引快乐的人、健康的人、正确的人到我们的生命。
But if you try and define that health, it moves.
但是如果我们去下个定义的话，那么这个并不是一个非常健康的行为。
So when you look at your moon in your chart, here's my basic needs. You don't see what do I remember. You see, here's what I need. How do I feel?
那么当我们看到月亮的时候呢，我们就要去理解说我的基本的需求是什么，我的情绪是什么，我的感受是什么，我需要的是什么。
Everybody has their feelings.
每个人都有他的感受和情绪。
Feelings are different than emotions.
那么情绪呢是情绪呢和他的情感是不一样的。
Emotions are Venus, attraction and repulsion. I like it, I don't like it. That's Venus.
那么情感呢是金星，就是我喜欢或者我不喜欢，吸引和排斥的能量。
The moon is just, mom, it's mom, you feel it, this is it, it's family, I gotta do this, I need this. It's different than what you want.
那么，月亮呢，就是那种好像是母性的家庭的那种需求。哎呀，我需要这个，我感受是怎么样的？我跟母亲的关系影响了我的这个情绪，我的感受。但是呢，金星是我想要的，我喜欢的。
Some people want to be taken care of. They need to be taken care of. Some people want to save everybody.
那么有一些人他需要被照顾，喜欢被别人照顾，但是有一些人他想要去照顾全世界。
Some people want to be your mother. Can you be with me? I want to be your mother. I want to have a baby. Just come. That matters. And it's not the person.
那么有一些人想做，其实他内在是想做别人的母亲，他好像是说，哎呀，来到我生命中吧，让我照顾你吧，让我跟你生孩子吧。
So the moon has its phases. It goes through its many changes. It always has different faces.
那么月亮是有周期的，它是它是有月相不同的月相变化的。
And your feelings and your needs have many faces too.
那么所以说呢，你的情感、你的情绪、你的需求也是有不同的这个阶段和不同的变化的。
Happy, sad, mad, comfortable, lazy, so many things.
开心、不开心、焦虑、沮丧，非常不同的情绪都会有变化。
But healthy, simple, that's it. Good night's sleep, regular eating. You can study. You can do other things. But if you haven't had a good night's sleep, you have an empty stomach. Life is tough.
但是月亮代表的就是这些简单健康的功能。如果你能够就是健康的规律的生活，然后规律的饮食的话，那么你可以非常健康的去做很多事情。
Then you begin to get desperate. I need this. I can't do without this. It gets desperate.
但是如果想象我们没有健康的这个规律的生活，如果我们没有办法就是有很好的饮食，饿着肚子的话，我们不能健康的去做很多决定，所以我们就会觉得绝望，变得这个受挫，情绪会有一些不舒服。
You bring up your kid. He or she leaves home. Then your husband's been working for 20 years. He's ready to retire. You've been doing everything. He comes home and he starts telling you how to do the laundry.
那么就好像说你照顾小孩20年了，然后你丈夫就是到了退休的年龄，他回家，然后他退休回到家的时候，他来指点你怎么去做家务。
Then you need to go to work.
那么这个时候你需要去到外面去上班了。
Or if someone leaves and the family breaks up and you've lived just for your kid or just for your lover, it's gone. I need this. I can't be alone. Why do anything? Why bother if nobody cares for me?
那么就好像说这个月亮，它代表说，你好像有一些人就是好像是为自己的孩子、为自己的这个丈夫和家庭生活的。那如果他们离开了，你的人生好像就空掉了。为什么？如果他们不在意的话，如果他们不在意这些的话，我的生命还有什么价值呢？
So why should anyone care for you if you don't bother?
如果你自己都不介意的话，为什么其他人会介意呢？
But how do you know what's worth bothering?
那么，但是重要的对你来说，你需要知道什么对你是重要的，你需要在意什么。
That's Venus and Mercury.
那么，这是水星和金星。
But your need is the first thing. It starts from there.
但是你的需求是最根本的，就是所有的都是从你的需求驱动的。
If you got a rich husband, you're comfortable, you got all the comforts, and then everything's there. Why disturb it? Even if you don't love him. Uh-oh.
或者想象一下，如果你有一个非常完美的老公，他很有钱，然后他也很爱你，那么你还需要去做些什么吗？即使你不爱他呢？
When you don't feel like being close to someone, you can't fake it.
当你感觉你不能够喜欢他、亲近他的时候，你是不能假装的，没办法假装的。
People live and die on this.
人们可能会因为这个事情是有生死的这样的经历啊。
So, when you look at a chart, the function, my needs, I have these needs. This is your moon.
那么当我们看到星盘的时候，我的这个关于需求的这个功能，我们就去看月亮。
You're linked to your mom, the family, all of this is your moon, but it's in a certain sign.
那么我们
The
会，
zodiac.
那么我们会把所有的这些，比如说我们的母亲、我们的家、我们的需求、我们的感受、我们日常的这些所有的点点滴滴都和月亮联系起来。但是月亮，每一个人的月亮都是在一个星座的，
So the moon picks up an attitude
所以月亮就有一个态度，每个人的月亮有一个不同的态度。
for your lifetime.
你的一生都会有这样的态度。
So you can have your moon in Capricorn and everything's sensitive and everything's moody, or you can have your moon in Capricorn and you be tough.
那么，如果你的月亮是在这个摩羯座的话呢，你就会变得比较强硬、坚强一点。
Still a moon,
但是还是月亮。
but if you're a moon in Cancer and you have to live with a moon in Capricorn, you have to get things for yourself because the moon in Capricorn is going to get things for themselves.
那么，如果你的月亮是在巨蟹座的话，如果你想象和一个月亮在摩羯座的人生活在一起，那么你必须去满足自己的需求，因为月亮摩羯座的人，他会自己满足需求，不会去满足你的需求。
Every moon, regardless of the sign, when you had a good night's sleep, you've eaten well, you feel secure, it's beautiful.
所有的月亮，不管你是在什么星座，只要你睡得好、吃得健康、吃得好，然后呢，你拥有安全感，都是一个美丽的月亮。
But what we have to do to keep that steady is really difficult.
但是我们需要去做什么，让它去维持这样稳定的这个健康的这个情况，是非常困难的。
You're in bed, the baby screams, who's going to get up?
当你在床上的时候，如果你的这个小孩叫了、哭闹了，晚上哭闹了，谁会起来去照顾他呢？
Mom won't get up unless she has the moon in Capricorn or Scorpio.
母亲会起来照顾他，除非这个母亲的月亮是在这个天蝎座或者是摩羯座的。
So the moon is also, for women, it's your period cycle.
那么对女性来说呢，月亮也是你的这个月经周期。
So there's 12 different attitudes to period cycles.
那么这个世界上就有12种不同的对于月经周期的态度。
The water moons, they're so sensitive, they're so moody. Every day there's some change because of my period. Something's going on, it's because of this, it's because of that. Every day.
那么月亮在水象的话呢，因为他们非常敏感，非常的这个情绪化，所以他们会觉得说，我每一天都会受这个月经的影响，都是因为这个月经来了，所以会发生很多不同的事情。
When it's the moon in Capricorn, I'm not going to show I have my period. I'm not giving up. They're too controlled. I'm going to be busy. I'm not showing anything. I'm not giving up anything because of my period. No way. It's tough.
如果月亮是在摩羯座的话呢，他就会表面上非常坚强，他也不会去透露他自己的情感，他就会说我是坚强的，我要去做，我要去忙，我不会让别人看出来我今天来月经了。
So if you have to have a boss, when you want the moon in Capricorn or the moon in Cancer. The moon in Capricorn is simple, practical, predictable. Moon in Cancer, moody.
那么你希望拥有哪一个老板呢？就是月亮在摩羯座呢，还是月亮在天蝎座？月亮在那个巨蟹座？月亮在摩羯座的就是简单实际，但是月亮在巨蟹座呢，就是会非常的情绪化。
So a moon in Cancer boss, they're being nice, they're being sensitive, but if you do something wrong, how could you do that? They can throw that thing away. They lose it.
那么月亮在这个巨蟹座呢，它可能是会比较情绪化，比较有情感，但是它可能会在平时非常的友善，但是直到你做错事情的时候，他会说你怎么可以这样做？他情绪就会爆发。
So even in relationships, it's one thing to be your moon, it's another thing to put up with someone else's moon.
那么就是在情感关系中呢，就是一方面你需要去表达自己的月亮，但是另外一方面呢，你需要去和别人对方的这个月亮去生活。
You have opposite moons. When one person, oh, let's have a snack. Let's go to have a snack. The other one says, no, I don't feel like that now. Oh, let's go this way. No, I don't feel like that now. They're different timing over basic instincts.
那么，如果你的月亮和对方的月亮是不同的，或者是对分相的话呢，那么你们两个人的时间点就是完全不同的，就好像说你们基本的那些直觉的需求都是不同的。比如说你想吃这个的时候，他不想干；如果你想看电影的时候，他不想干，他想要去吃什么，想要干什么的时候，你不想干，所以好像总是两个人周期是错过的。
So you can worry about it, but it's just nature. It's just normal. If you fall in love with someone, and you run away because you're scared, because you don't like their moon, or you run away, you're going to be damaged in your heart.
那么这其实就是一个自然，它就是一个自然的规律。那么如果想象一下，我们遇到一个人，如果我们爱上了他，但是我们逃跑了，那么我们因为不喜欢对方的月亮逃跑了，但是我们内在，如果我们这样做的话，我们内在也会受伤。
If you go in, you follow the love, you still might get damaged in your heart.
那么如果我们还是投入这一份爱的话呢，我们同样也是会受伤。
But at least you went in.
但至少我们尝试过了。
So life is a challenge every day to get regular food, to get just to put up with someone. It's always a challenge. It's never simple.
那么生命呢，永远不是简单的事情。每天我们都要去选择我们去吃什么，每天我们选择照顾自己，它都是一个挑战。
How do you, if you have, it's different in China. If you have 2 kids or 3 kids, you can't love them all the same.
那么就好像说我们有2、3个小孩一样的，这个在中国可能不是很现实。但是有2、3个小孩或者几个小孩一样，我们可能并不会就是同样的去爱他们。
It's just the way it is.
这就是一个事实。
So when you're looking at it, the first attitude that comes into your moon is whether the daylight is increasing or the nighttime is increasing.
那么第一个态度来到你月亮感受到一个态度呢，就是这个是否是白天增长的，还是黑夜是增长的
So in the year, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, the daylight is increasing.
那么在一年的一半的日子中呢，就是摩羯座到这个双子座的这一半呢，半年中呢，就是日常是增长的。
When the daylight increases, you try to be more free.
那么当自然增长的时候呢，你希望去变得更自由。
Capricorns are so bossy, you think they don't want to be free, but they're being bossy so they can get control, and one day they'll be free.
那么摩羯座呢，他们是非常的有掌控性的，就好像是像女老板一样的。那么他们为什么会有掌控性呢？是因为他们想控制你，所以直到有一天他们会变得自由。
Aquarians are serious, they want to think, but they're thinking, I'm my own thoughts. I want to be free in my own thoughts.
那么水瓶座呢，就是他们是希望有自己的这个独立的思想的。
Pisces want to be free, but life gets so complicated. There's so many things to do. One day I'll get my freedom.
那么双鱼座呢也想获得自由，但是生命有这么多的变化，有这么多的可能性，他会非常的困惑，于是他会想，有一天我是会获得自由的。
Aries take their freedom. It's my freedom to get lost.
那么白羊座呢就说，这是我的自由，我就是去行动吧，这就是我的自由，
I'm just going to do it.
我就是要去做这个事情。
Taurus, this is my freedom. Pay me.
金牛座，这就是我的自由。
Gemini, anything goes. I'll just do anything.
双子座，我不会做任何事情，哎呀，我对任何事情都很感兴趣。
So this is all the freedom side, trying to be more free, more free, more free. If your moon is there, you need to feel independent. You need to feel I'm taking care of myself. I'm going to do this. You're trying to make your feelings your own.
那么，这就是越来越自由的这一些面向。如果你的月亮是在这些星座，也就是摩羯座到双子座，那么你的情绪是需要有一种自由的感觉的，你是需要去自己照顾自己的，你需要去自己感受自己的情绪，和自己的情绪在一起的。
So if you're going to live with someone, you're going to set the home up and how it's going to be, not him.
那么，如果这些月亮星座的话，如果你要去和别人住在一起的话，你会建立家里的这些准则。
If he comes home with a painting you don't like and he wants to put it on the wall, there's no way it's going up on your wall.
那么，如果说对方喜欢一幅画，想要挂在这个墙上的话，如果你不喜欢的话，那么这幅画是不可能挂在这个墙上的。
So that this moon, it's very there's 6 types, but the main theme is I need to be more free.
那么就是从摩羯座、月亮摩羯座到月亮这个双子座呢，是有6个不同的这个这个情绪，但是呢，他们最主要的都是从这个趋向于更自由的。
When you need to be more free, it's hard to sleep with someone if have their hand on top of you or they're smothering you. You want to be free.
如果你想要去更自由的话，如果你和对方睡在一起，他想要把手这样圈着你或者抱着你睡觉的话是非常难的，因为你想要的最根本的需求是自由。
It's a simple little thing, but very, you look and you can see it.
这是非常简单的、非常清晰的事情，但是你看的话，你仔细观察的话，你会发现。
Someone will understand that.
那么有些人会理解这一点。
I need to have my freedom.
我需要我的自由。
Don't tell me what I need to do. Don't tell me what I'm doing. I need to have my freedom.
我需要有我的自由，我需要有我的空间，我需要做我自己做的事情，不要过来管我。
Don't talk to me before I have my coffee.
不要告诉我，不要在我喝好了咖啡之前，不要踩我。
I'll decide what has to be done for the kids and what I'm doing. Don't tell me.
那么我会决定我们的小孩该做什么，别告诉我怎么做。
So this is half of women, half of men have this.
那么这是一半的男人，也是一半的女人都是有这样的月亮。
So if you have a man and a woman with this daily increasing moon, they're both trying to be free. You do your thing. Oh, that's okay.
那么如果说夫妻中两个人都是有这个日常增长的这半边的月亮的话，就月亮摩羯到月亮双子，那么他们都会想自己自由的去做这个事情。我做这个，你做那个，咱们谁都不管谁，这是挺好的。
Two Gemini moons are the funniest.
那么
You wonder what kind of relationship they're just always doing. Everything's going every which way. When do they relate?
那么两个月亮双子在一起的话，他们可能是最自由的月亮，他们可能会各自玩各自的，干各自的朋友圈。
So when the other half of the year, when the nighttime is increasing, summer and the fall, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sag, I need to belong.
那么在另外一半年的话呢，就是夜长增长，也就是说从秋天开始，从巨蟹座到这个射手座，那么这些月亮的话呢，他们的需求最根本的需求就是我需要属于，我需要归属感。
Why bother if nobody cares? I need someone to care. I need someone to be there.
我需要有人和我在一起，我需要有人照顾，我需要有人就是在乎我，我需要去在乎别人。如果没有人在乎的话，这个世界上还有什么意义呢？
Cancer moon, I need a home, I need security. That's my home, but you can be in it.
那么，月亮在巨蟹的话呢，就是我需要家，我需要安全感，我需要有我自己的家，这是我的家，但是我可以邀请你过来跟我一起住。
As you need to belong, you need to be sensitive to the other person, and you need to be more responsible.
那么，当我们需要去归属的时候，你需要对另外一个人充满觉知和感受，然后我们需要有更好的责任感。
The Cancer moon will be responsible till they get their home. This is my home. Inside it, it's their territory. They're still strong daytime, but it's still they got more commitments now. They got to be sensitive to this.
那么像月亮巨蟹座的话呢，他们也是在日常最长的最光的时候。那么对于月亮巨蟹座的话，他们就需要有这个家，家就是他们的领地。然后呢，他们对这个家是有很多承诺和责任感在里面的。
Leo moon needs to be noticed. Here I am. Notice me, hi. But if you're not looking, nobody's looking. What's wrong? Like they still need somebody.
那么月亮在这个狮子座的话呢，他们就需要关注。嗨，你好，这就是我来了，就好像大家需要关注我。如果没有人关注的话，好像就是是不是什么事情出错了呢？
So it's like, hey mom, look at me, mom, look at me, mom, look at me.
就好像小时候不停的在跟母亲说，妈妈看着我，妈妈看着我，妈妈快看着我。
When you're married, it's, honey, wasn't I good for you? Wasn't I good for you?
就好像结婚的话就会说，哎呀，亲爱的，我对你足够好吗？我对你足够好吗？
If you tell a Leo moon, no, you weren't.
如果你告诉一个月亮狮子座的话，你不够好，他就会啊。
Sometimes you just have to say yes, dear, and let it go. Don't make the issue.
有的时候你只需要对他说，亲爱的，是的，你很好，很好，他就不会再纠缠你。
But if you married someone with Leo moon, you wanted someone that had attention. They wanted attention.
那么，如果你跟月亮狮子座在一起，你需要关注他，需要给他足够的关注。
At least for the first month or two.
至少是在第1个月、第2个月。
So, big thing for Leos. If a Leo has a kid, Leo moon has a kid. This is my kid. So, if the kid likes the mother or the father better, it's trouble.
那么就是像那个月狮子，他是有小孩的话，如果小孩更喜欢这个老公的话，而且更喜欢他这个丈夫的话，那就会有问题。
So, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo, they have their own system for everything. They're very detailed, they're fixing this, they're doing that, but they have their system for everything.
那么月亮处女的话呢，就是他们会有他们有 他们对任何事物都有一个自己的系统。
No crumbs in the bed. You know, if you have to wash dishes, you do the spoons, then the forks, then the knives. It's different.
就是好像你不能穿着这个外面的衣服睡在床上，然后呢，洗碟子的时候呢，要先洗叉子，然后再洗盘子，就每个都要有按照他的规定的顺序进行。
They need to feel they're perfect.
他们需要感受自己是完美的。
That means they need to know you're not.
这就意味着他们需要知道你是不完美的。
Okay. So these are the summer signs. They have big meat, but they still want attention.
那么这就是一些夏季的这个星座，月亮星座。那么他们也是需要这个关注的。
When you get to the fall signs, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, they want to belong, but the nighttime period too, we have to belong, and nobody cares.
那么，当我们月亮到了冬季的那些星座的话呢，就是他们夜长是更长的，所以他们更需要去归属，更需要去属于对方。
If you meet a Libra moon, they're already thinking we could relate, we could be married. They start from there.
那么，如果你遇见了一个月亮天秤座的话呢，他们就会需要去建立关系，需要去建立家庭，需要跟你在一起。
So, and if they don't have a relationship, they'll adjust all their habits. They don't know what they're doing. They'll adjust it every which way because they need to find somebody.
如果他们没有这个伴侣的话，他们会调整他们所有其他的这个习惯、其他的生活方式，去努力去寻找一个伴侣，因为他们需要的就是关系。
Moon and Scorpio is different. If you get close to Moon and Scorpio, I own you. This is us. We're in forever till we die. Before they even ask you to marry them.
那么月亮天蝎座是不一样的。如果你遇到一个月亮天蝎座，他会觉得说啊，我是拥有你的，我们两个现在就在一起，我们永远在一起，我们一生一世在一起，我们永远不分离，你就是我的。甚至是在我们在两个人结婚之前的，或者是确定关系之前，就是这么认为的。
When you take the opposite side, you take a Moon and Scorpio and Moon and Taurus. The Moon and Taurus, I need to look good, I need to have beautiful clothes, I need to be beautiful. And the Moon and Scorpio just wants to get their clothes off.
月亮如果是对宫啊，月亮在金牛座和月亮在天蝎座，月亮在金牛座会说，哎呀，我需要变得美丽啊，我需要穿这个好看的衣服啊，我需要展现我自己的这个优雅的这个身材。但是月亮天蝎座他想要做的事情就是想要把你的衣服脱光。
So sometimes that's wonderful. Sometimes that's horrible.
有的时候这个是完美的，但有的时候这个就会变得非常糟糕。这种情况。
You can't tell a Scorpio not now.
你不能跟天蝎座说，你不能跟月亮天蝎座说，no， 不，现在不行。
You can't say that to me. We're here. You have to. It has to be now. It's magic, but it's hurts too.
那么天蝎座就会说，不，我想要就是现在。这个对天蝎座来说，就是这种能量，其实它的一个，其实魔力也是它的诅咒吧。
We're here. We need a commitment. We're together. This is trust. This is the magic. Who are you thinking? Why did you know that? Did they talk to you? What's happened? We're here.
月亮天蝎就会说，我们就在这里，我们属于对方，我们就要有承诺，我们就要一生一世。那个人是谁？你怎么可以看那个人？我们是要在一起的。
If you want to compare horoscopes, look at the moons first.
那么，如果我们想要做配对星盘的话呢，就比较星盘的话呢，我们是先要去看双方的月亮。
Now the moon is Sagittarius. It needs to know everybody. It needs to do everything. It needs to be everywhere.
那么月亮在这个射手座的话，他需要去认识所有的人，他需要去做所有的事情，他需要去所有他想去的地方。
It needs to be married. It needs to know all the other married people. It needs to know single people. It needs to go see everything, go do everything, and the husband's gonna have to pay.
那么月亮在这个射手的话呢，女士的话，她希望去认识所有的结婚的伴侣或者是单身的人，想要去所有的派对，想要去所有她想去的地方玩。那么她的老公就要支付所有的费用吗？
So the Sag moon is very social, very understanding, has opinion about everything, but hard to be quiet.
那么月亮在射手座的话，它是非常社会性的一个星座，他想要去参加所有的社会活动，想要去理解所有的东西，但是呢，他
How to be quiet.
但是对他来说，保持安静是非常困难的。
In a marriage argument, that would be shut up.
那么在一个婚姻的这个争论中呢，可能对方会说闭嘴吧。
So when you're thinking with astrology, you think cardinal, fixed, mutable, fire, water, air. Those are there. You can use those. That's not first. First is the daylight increasing, the night increasing. I'm trying to be more free. I need to be more free. I need to be more responsible.
那么，我们星盘中有很多元素去理解啊，比如说有一些就是固定星座、变动星座，还有一些就是一些元素，还有就是其他的一些方面。但是呢，我希望大家都能从日光增长和月光增长、月光的增长这两方面去理解，因为这两方面是比较根本的。也就是说，我们理解这个人他是更趋向于去自由呢，还是更趋向于去归属？
These are just words, but you come at it many different times, you see it different ways, but it's similar.
那么这些就是说，驱动力呢，其实虽然每个星座都有不同的这个面向，但是这些驱动力是很根本的。
Now, the next thing is half of the year daylight is greater, half of the year nighttime is greater.
那么另外一个事情呢，就是说，有一年中有一半的时间呢，就是日常是比
I belong. I need to belong. I'm belonging. Like Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces are in the winter. It's still dark out. They need to belong. So I'll be with you, but I'm trying to get more freedom. I'm here, but I want to see that person, or I gotta go there. It's like there's a need, but have to take care of all these other things too. So it mixes. So in the winter, in the fall too, the nighttime is greater. So Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, all need to be responsible. They're sensitive to what other people have, what's happening, what's going on, and they either feel guilty about it or they're in charge of it. But they're tied in to not wanting to be alone.
那么就是日光比夜昼增长的那一部分呢，就是说他们都是会是希望
They're tied into not wanting to be alone.
那么他们是希望变得不孤单，也就是说从日长比夜晚更长的那一半部分人呢，他们更关注的就是我们，而夜长比夜昼比日长长的话呢，他们更关注的是我。但是在这两半部分呢，也是和之前的那个两个象限相结合的，所以呢，这就是区分了4个象限的这个华派。
So a Capricorn or Scorpio moon, they can pull away from you, but they're doing it because of you.
那么，月亮在这个天蝎座呢，和这个月亮在射手座呢，他们都可能会属于对方，更属于对方，但是他也会和对方建立这样的一个就是空间。
They're not. It's not because they want to be more free. It's because they want. Like if someone does something wrong in the group and everybody stops talking, that's a punishment.
那么，这并不是说他们要离开你，但是这代表说就是说，在一个小组里面，如果说他不说话的话，实际上代表他是想要去惩罚你。
So these are social movements. We're involved with these people. Identity have these people. Need to know these people. So when you have your moon in that winter sign, there's a need to think of the team, the group, the thing where we fit in, almost more than if what we need for ourselves.
那么如果月亮呢是在这个就是地平线之上，也就是说日长比夜长多的那一部分的话，他会更去思考我们去做的是些什么。
The boss is coming to visit. You have to be here.
那么老板如果是视察的话，你必须要在这儿。
That's different than boss is coming over. You can be here. You don't have to be here. I can deal with it. Whatever. It's different.
那么这就好像说那个老板说，如果我来了，但是你不需要在这儿，我自己会照顾我自己，你不需要在这儿等着我。那么这是不同的两种能量。
The differences make life exciting and meaningful.
那么它们的区别呢，是要让这个生命变得有意思和这个有价值。
The big differences make healthy kids.
那么最大的这个差别呢，就是要抚育健康的孩子。
The big differences make exciting sex.
那么它们的区别呢，是说如何去享受这个快乐的性生活。
But the big differences don't make for easy living.
那么它们区别就是不要去过得非常的简单的生活。
It's not to judge. You just look at the puzzle and you say, look at this.
这并不是说我们要去评断，而是说每个人都是一个谜，所以我们需要去感受它不同的能量。
As soon as you look and you question, the person will show you. You'll see. They'll show you that they look like that.
那么直到我们去理解这个能量的话，那么我们去和对方沟通的时候，他会把这个能量展现给我们。
It doesn't take a lot of work. Someone might say, I'm not like that. There you go. You just look a little bit more.
那么有些人会说，你说的不是这样，我并不是这样的，你只需要看着它。
So when the daylight is greater, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. It's my way.
那么当这个日常daylight is
It's my way.
daylight is greater.
Yeah.
那么当日常更长的话呢，就是从白羊座到这个处女座，那么这是我的方式。
So this Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, they're not going to follow.
那么白羊座到处女座呢，这些星座他们不会去跟随。
There's going to be a relationship. You have to give something to them. You have to add on to them.
那么如果他们要建立关系的话，你需要给他们些什么？你需要去给予一些东西。
That's different.
这是不同的。
So this is essentially the exchange. The daylight is increasing, the nighttime is increasing, daylight is greater, nighttime is greater. Each season has a combination.
那么这就是在本质上这就是易经的含义，也就是说从大自然中去了解日常的这个变化。光明和黑暗的变化，光明和黑暗的渐长和消逝，那么这就是把它们结合在这个星盘里去理解星座。
So when your moons are, you have basic needs, but if it's in winter, the daylight is increasing. I need to be more free, but there's too many responsibilities. I have to take care of this. The moon in Capricorn, I have to take care of this. Moon in Aquarius, I need to know this. I need to take care of this. Moon in Pisces, oh, I gotta help here. I gotta help there. Then I'll get my freedom.
那么在那个就是月亮如果是在冬天的话呢，就是它是需要去寻找自由的，但是呢，它也是需要有更多责任的。
Everybody still has their feelings. Everybody still has their mother. They don't have, because it's in Capricorn, it doesn't mean we don't have feelings. It just shows differently.
那么每个人都有他的情感，每个人都有他的母亲。如果你的这个月亮是在摩羯座的话，并不代表你没有情感，只是他的情感表达的方式是不一样的。
If you have a baby and you don't like the horoscope, you don't throw out the baby.
如果你有小孩，或者是但是你不喜欢星盘的话，你不会把这个小孩给扔掉。
You have to learn about the horoscope.
你需要去学习星盘。
Same with lovers.
就好像是谈恋爱一样。
That was so nice. Oh, look at this horoscope. Oh.
这个，你的这个爱人好像看上去这么完美，但是你看他的星盘。
Well, that'll feel good for a couple of months. And usually, that couple of months you get pregnant, all of a sudden it's for 20 years.
那么就好像你看了这个星盘，然后你跟这个人在一起，或者你们突然间怀孕了，然后你们就接下来就要在一起过20年。
Or if you don't do it, and the person goes away, you're missing them for 20 years.
如果你看到他的星盘没有跟他在一起的话，那么20年过去了，你会，20年中你都会去怀念他、思念他。
Then you marry the Leo moon, and you say, "I'm with you, but I really wanted to be with the other person, but I give you the attention."
然后你跟月亮狮子座的结婚了，然后你会去怀念他，但是你会还是给到月亮那个狮子很多关注，还是要关注你。
This is Star Wars.
这就是星球大战。
So, but then once you see that attitude, in springtime, Aries, Cancer, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, I want to be free, and I am free, and I want to be more free.
那么如果是春天的话呢，就是他们的态度就是不同的。我是自由的，我想要更多的自由，然后我想还要更多的自由。
If you have a little Aries moon daughter, and she wants to wear the short leather skirt or shirt and go out, and you say you can't do that, she'll just take it with her and go change and go wear it anyways.
如果你有月亮白羊座的女儿的话呢，她想要穿这个超短裙，但是你不让她穿，那么她还是会把超短裙带在这个包里，然后出去以后，然后再把它换上。
She'll do it. If she gets in trouble later, well, at least she did it.
那么如果她后面遇到什么麻烦了，但对她来说，至少我做过这件事情了。
If you ask and you know they're going to say no, don't ask, just do it. You might get away with it.
那么，你想让她做什么事情，她可能会说不，但是其实她还是会按照她自己想法去做。
So the Aries moon is great energy for being mom. I'll do this, just rushing, doing it. It's lots of energy.
那么月亮白羊座的话，它有很多积极的能量可以去应付母亲这个辛苦的职业，它可以去做这个、做那个、做这个。
But don't get in their way.
但是你千万不要去，就是告诉她该怎么做。
Taurus moon is my way too, but I want it comfortable.
那么金牛座呢，这也是我的方式去做，但是我希望舒适的去做。
I want the expensive trip. I want the best thing for the baby. I want the nicest clothes. It's got to be a name brand diaper.
那么我想要非常好的这个超级豪华的旅行，我想要一个舒适的生活，我想要这个给小孩买这个设计师的品牌的衣服。
So the partner learns to say yes, dear.
那么他的那个爱人就说：“好吧，亲爱的。”
So if a Taurus moon doesn't get without, they're going to be furious. They'll break things, not their things. They'll throw things, not their things.
那么如果月亮金牛座的不开心的话，他们就会就是扔别人的东西，但不会扔自己的东西。
So if you have a kid throwing a temper tantrum, I gotta do this. You can't give it to him. But if you have a husband or a girlfriend throwing a temper tantrum, time to walk out. But do you? Is someone having a temper tantrum? Temper tantrum. You get mad, you're screaming to get what you want. And if you do you give it to the kid and spoil them, or do you take it away?
那么，如果一个小孩情绪哭闹的话，他希望就是用哭闹去控制你想要获取什么的时候，你是给他呢，还是不给他？
If you have a kid with a Taurus moon, you end up giving them the dessert first just to shut them up.
如果你小孩是月亮金牛座的话，你需要先去给他这个甜点，先给他甜点安慰他。
And the Gemini moon will never sit still.
那么月亮双子的小孩永远不会消停。
They're going to sit at the table. We're going to sit down and have dinner. They're talking. They're doing this. They're on their computer, on their iPad. They're playing games. They're talking to people. They're having dinner with you.
那么月双子的小孩如果跟你一起坐在餐桌上去进餐的话，他们会永远不消停，一会儿看 iPad， 一会儿说话，就他们自己随意的在做自己的事情，这就是他们跟你在吃饭。
So it's happy, but it's not responsible.
他们很开心，但他们并没有这种责任的感觉。
That's nice if you want it.
如果你想要这个也是很好的。
Cancer moon. In the summers, its daylight's greater. I'm being neat, but the nighttime's increasing. It's already the days are getting shorter. So I need to have a home. That's a commitment. I want to have a kid. Oh, geez, I have to have a guy too. Okay, or I got to have a partner too. Or if I have the kid in the house, I got to get a job. I got to work. So you have the three attitudes that lead to more responsibility, more commitments.
那么月亮在巨蟹座呢，他们就是夏季的季节，他们也是独立的，但是他们夜长在那个时候开始增长了，所以他们会趋向更多的责任和职责，所以他们就会说，我需要有我自己的小孩，我要照顾家庭，为了照顾家庭，我要有份工作，我要挣钱。
So even though they want it their way, they want to do it, but they want to do it their way. It's perfect. Nobody else can do it as well.
那么他们也是希望用自己的方式去做，用自己最完美的方式做，别人没有任何人可以达到他们这样的方法，完美的方法。
So you can divide these two categories: daylight increasing, nighttime increasing, daylight is greater, nighttime greater, into the four sections.
对，我们就是可以把这个日光增长的和夜光黑夜增长的，然后日常大于夜昼的，夜昼大于日光的这个两分法呢，就是叠在一起，可以分成4个象限。
So it makes it easier, faster to work with. You can see this in a second, but then you look for it, and you start to see it's different. But if someone's not being that way, they're not going to be feeling right.
那么我们可以非常简单的用这个方法去观察别人，观察一个人的月亮。如果一个人没有展现他的这个能量的话，或者他的特点的话，那么他是内在是一个不健康的状态。
You might have a little girl who's a Leo or a Sag with an Aries moon or a Leo moon, and they want to be a dancer. And the father might think, you can't go up and dance, that's too risky, you can't do that. How can you stop that?
如果你拥有一个星盘，那么你的这个星盘是月亮白羊座，然后呢太阳是狮子座或者是射手座，那么你想成为一个舞蹈家，然后你的父亲跟你说不行，你不可以做这个，你如何去解决这个问题呢？
So the moon is always a mystery.
那么月亮永远是一个神奇的、很让人着迷的东西。
It changes, it has many faces, goes this way, but you can see these attitudes.
月亮有很多面相，因为它有不同的月相和周期，但是呢，它也有不同的这个态度。
So once it's in the attitudes and it goes into the houses, then you need that house. You put the feelings on, you need to get this from this area. But your need will be many, many different ways.
那么，当月亮进入了一个宫位的话呢，就是它到了这个一个具体的这个面向，它需要去落地。你需要在这个领域去获得你的需求，你需要从这个领域去获得你最根本的满足。但是这些需求是有不同的面向的。
So the house your moon is in, it's always changing. It's not the same.
那么你月亮所在的宫位都是变化的，它每个人也是不同的。
That's very different than looking at the sign affecting the attitude, to looking at the moon affecting the house.
那么 从这个星座影响月亮到月亮影响这个宫位的话呢，是非常不同的这个方法。
First, it picks up the attitude, then it puts it in the house.
首先呢，就是我们需要从月亮在这个星座去理解月亮它带来的态度，然后呢，再把这个态度放到这个宫位里面去理解。
But to see how it works, when you look at the houses, before you look at this is an anger house or this is a fire house, before you look like that, it's rising or it's setting.
那么，从我们理解宫位的话呢，在这个就是传统的上面去，就是比如说这个是一宫，这个是角宫，这样子理解。之前呢，我们可以从这个，比如说它是日光增长的和黑夜增长的这个方面去理解宫位。
If it's rising, third house, second house, first house, 12th house, 11th house, 10th house. If it's rising, you're pushing and instigating your needs.
那么，如果呢，你的这个月亮是落在这个宫位，它是从下面3宫、2宫、1宫、12宫、11宫、10宫，那么这个是升起的这一半球的话呢，那么你是把你的这个需求去向外发出去，向外推送出去。
You're putting your feelings out to make an impression.
你把你的情绪表达出去，去给别人留下一个印象。
If your moon is in the 12th house, which isn't a lucky house to have the moon in, because you tend to be isolated in your feelings, you're projecting out your negative feelings.
那么，大家都会说月亮在12宫好像是一个不幸的位置。那么，实际上月亮在12宫，他的情绪是非常的，就是说，就是他的情绪非常的，就是在自己的这个空间和领域的。那么，如果你不把自己的这些负面的情绪投射出去的话，你就会遇到不幸。
So if you project your doubts or your insecurities, maybe somebody comes to help, but you could stop projecting. You have to learn how to not project the bad, and you learn to project better, and it changes everything.
那么就好像说，你月亮在12宫的话，如果你把自己的这些烦恼、自己的不安全感投射出去的话，你就会遇到这些潜在的敌人，就会遇到一些麻烦。但是你需要去解决的就是，你要学会去把自己，就是学会去把这些正的能量去投射到外面。
But if we have a moon problem, we want mom to fix it. We don't have to do it ourselves.
如果我们遇到了一个月亮的问题，我们希望我们的母亲去解决，我们不希望自己去解决这些问题。
We want to hug. We want to feel. I'm doing this. I did this. Now hug me. Now be here.
我希望母亲来拥抱我们，来为我们解决问题。母亲，快点来抱抱我们吧。
If you have it rising, you don't know how to just react. It's just normal. You just do that.
那么，如果你是月亮是在这个升起的半球的话，你通常不知道如何去跟别人去就是说回应。你是这个不自觉的把自己的这个需求给投放出去的。
If it's setting, 9th house, 8th house, 7th house, 6th house, 5th house, 4th house, the setting, you're responding to it. I need to respond. I need to be there. So if it's in the 9th, 8th, or 7th, I need to respond to a relationship. I need to have my feelings or in touch with the partners. Or I need that feedback.
那么，如果你的这个月亮是在这个下降的那一半球的话，也就是说在9宫、8宫、7宫、6宫、5宫、4宫，那么你需要去回馈，你需要去回应，你需要去和别人在一起。如果你的月亮是在7宫、8宫、9宫的话，你需要去对别人的那些需求，会对你的爱人或者对亲密关系有这个及时的回馈。
If it's in the 6th or the 5th or the 4th house, you need to get good feedback, good feelings back.
那么，如果是在5宫、6宫、4宫的话，你需要去获得好的回应，你需要去收获别人好的回馈。
You want to perform, you want to make somebody better, you want to make someone feel better, but if they don't want to let you, it hurts.
那么你希望去表演，你需要去表现，你需要让你的这些表现去让别人过得更好，或者是说获得更好的感受。但是如果别人拒绝你的表现的话，你可能会受到伤害。
If you have the setting moon or you have a kid with the setting moon, if their teacher likes them, they'll be the best student.
如果你的月亮呢是在下降的这半边的话，如果他们的这个老师喜欢他们的话，他们的表现就会非常优异。
If the teacher doesn't like them, they can't study.
如果老师不喜欢他们的话，他们就根本不知道该怎么学习。
So if you have a kid that's that, you have to watch. If the teacher doesn't like them, you have to change it. You can't.
那么，所以如果你知道星盘的话，如果你的小孩月亮是在下降这半边的话，如果他不喜欢他的老师，那你就需要去帮他换一个他喜欢的老师。
So life goes by so fast. these things come, oh, I gotta deal with this, or I need to deal with this, and there's so many other things going on. It's always a puzzle. It's always difficult.
那么生命就是它，生命是这么的快，时间是流逝这么的迅速，每天都会发生这么多的事情，这么多的挑战。
You come home tired, you're trying to sleep, and the kid's sick. There's nothing to do. You still have to get up.
你回到家非常疲惫，然后这个时候你小孩生病了，那你还是需要去，第二天还是需要起来去上班。
This is the moon. If you take care of it, things are more secured.
那么这就是月亮，如果我们照料好我们的月亮，那么事情就会变得更有安全感。
If you don't, there's a cost.
如果我们不照料好我们的月亮，那么就会产生相应的后果。
So somebody might come home, someone might go home and say, I'm not dealing with this, you take care of the kid. That's okay. So the kid starts loving the father more than the mother.
如果好像是说，一对夫妻的话，就一个人照顾小孩的话，那就是这也是 OK 的，但是小孩可能会更喜欢其中的一方。
Years later, when they go to get married, whether they come home or not, or come visit or not, is a different thing. It's based on these things.
那么就好像说，他成年以后是否还会回家探望，就是另外一回事情了。
Not everybody's supposed to stay at home.
并不是所有人都是需要在家待着的。
Not everybody's supposed to go back and fix mom or dad.
并不是所有人都需要去回归自己之前的这个家庭、原生家庭去解决父母的问题的。
It's nice if you can, but not every mother or father deserves it.
那么，你这样做当然也是非常善良的，但是并不是所有的父母都值得我们去这样做。
So you can't judge. You look at the moon. You can't judge. It has to be. You see the problem, and you wonder how to solve this. But when you start talking about it to someone, they've kept it inside. They never talk. It's so therapeutic. It's so healing just to talk about it. So yes, we have to deal. But it's like getting an affirmation or a spiritual hug.
那么，当我们去谈论别人的月亮的时候，谈论别人的这些需求的时候，都是非常非常敏感的这些时刻，也是好像说我们是从心灵上给别人一个拥抱的时刻，这好像就是非常灵性的拥抱。那么在谈论这些的时候，就好像那个神奇的疗愈就发生了。
So the moon sits at the source of all healing.
那么月亮呢是所有疗愈能力的根本本源。
How do you live right?
你如何活得好？你如何生活得好
Good night's sleep, regular habits. It means a lot.
那么晚上睡得好，然后健康的饮食、规律的生活，其实它意味着非常大的这个它的意义非常重大。
But when you're at the party and you've had one dessert, it's hard not to eat the second dessert. Or not to stay a little bit later.
但是当我们享受生活的时候，比如我们去 party 的时候，我们可能吃了第一个甜点，我们可能会控制不住想要再吃第二个，而且我们可能也会很难去规律的作息，我们会玩到很晚。
If there's a second party the next night, it's hard not to go.
那么第二天还有一个派对的话，我们可能还是受不了诱惑要去参加。
Then in your home, you're using your iPad, you're watching a movie, and you got to watch it till 3 in the morning. You get up the next morning to go to work.
那么我们在家可能会去看美剧，我们会看到3点钟，非常精彩。可能第二天我们还是按时起床去上班了。
We all get in trouble. We all push it. Then I feel sick. I got to back up. I have to fix it.
那么我们都会经历这样的时刻，好像我们是在胁迫自己，好像我们在胁迫自己的月亮，想要去做这件事情，然后我们就会陷入一些麻烦。
What time is it?
那我们休息一下吧，然后外面给大家准备了一些茶点，然后大家先休息一下，然后再开始。
It finds a question, then it opens.
那么我们现在。